Today I will show you how to draw an avocado in Procreate easily, and then we will turn it into a seamless repeating pattern. You can download the brushes and the color palette in the video description below. If you'd like to see even more tutorials and get exclusive brush sets, please check out my Patreon page. The link to it is also in the video description. Before we get started, as I publish this video, it's been 1 year since I started this YouTube channel. A big, huge thank you to all of you for being there. Your support means a lot. With that being said, let's get started. The size of the canvas is 2000 by 2500 pixels. First I'm going to change the background color, so I'll click here and pick the first color from the palette. Now I'll go to the color palette again and select the color below this blue. Before we start drawing the shape of our avocado, I will go to Canvas, from Actions, and turn the drawing guide on, because I'm going to use the symmetry. So let's click Edit Drawing Guide and switch to Symmetry in this menu. It is set to vertical by default, so we just need to click Done. For drawing I will use Textured Liner. It is a brush from my textures set. I just included it in the bundle. Let's set the size to 15% and start drawing a shape that reminds a pear that is actually an avocado shape. I'll start from the left side from the grid. Create this curve. Let's make sure we closed all the edges. And then try to fill the shape by dragging the color inside it. If it fills a bigger area, simply slide to the left without lifting your pencil up to adjust the color draw threshold. Now let's go to Transformation and rotate the shape to 45 degrees clockwise. For that we can tap here and enter 315. Before we start adjusting the shape, we need to turn the assisted drawing off. I will use Liquify from Adjustments, but actually Warp tool would work here too. I just want to add a little more perspective to the shape, because we are looking at it from an angle. Let me now go to Adjustments and select Liquify from this list. I will be using Push. Here momentum and distortion are at none, and pressure is at maximum. I'll just find the suitable size. Let me first try 40%. I'll just push this edge inwards. You can try to change the size to be more accurate. Actually, I think this will work. Alright, we have the basic shape, and now we can add more details to it. We can now remove this grid, because we don't need symmetry anymore. Now I will go to the layers and duplicate the shape. I will go to the one below and repaint it into this dark color. We can simply drag it on the shape. Then I will click on this arrow to open the transformation menu, and this time I will be using warp. I'll just drag it this way. I'll make the lower part a little wider. Alright, this is fine. Now I will create a layer above this yellow one, and we will draw the pit with this brown color. For the pit I will be using a brush from airbrushing. It is called medium hard brush, to get relatively soft edges. I'll just set the brush size to 60% and start drawing this way. To create an oval shape. On this side it may look a little more flat, and on top it will be more round. Alright, I think this shape would work. We can proceed to shading. I will start with the biggest part. So let me go to this layer and create another one above it, that I will clip. I will select this light yellow color and suede brush. This brush is from my fabrics set. It is also free to download. Let's lower the brush opacity to 85% and set the size to 29%. I will lighten this part above the pit, not pressing too much on the pencil, and also a little below. After that I will pick this green color and start painting around the edge, also with low pressure, to get the texture. And on the left side I will make the color more narrow. Now let's grab the color on the right, that is slightly darker. We can increase the opacity and lower the size. I'll set it to 10% and go all over the edge. After that I will pick this green, that is lighter. And now I will be more accurate, so I will zoom in, make the size even lower, like 4%, and highlight the edge. So I'm drawing this line very close to the border. Alright, let's highlight it here. And now we can shade the pit. So I'll go here and create a layer above it. Let's also clip it. First I will select this light brown color. Go to Painting Set from Procreate and pick Turpentine brush. I'll set its opacity to 80% and size around 12 or 13%. Start making the strokes inside the shape and making them rounded on the edges. I'm not pressing too much on the pencil, and this brush works like oil painting brush. After we applied this color, let's switch to the next one on the right and apply it on the left side to highlight it a little. Since we highlighted this area, we need to darken the opposite one. So I will pick this dark brown and start drawing on this edge. It may go a little here. And here I'll press more to get a darker color. Let's also paint a little on this edge. And now I will select the next color that is light yellow. Make the size a little smaller, like 5%, and draw here on this edge to highlight it even more. I'll increase the size to 8%, make more strokes, and also I will paint here. Make the brush size small and also add a small highlight this way. We can actually try to blend the colors using smudge tool that we can set to the same brush. I'll set opacity to 60% and the size around 15. I will just tap slightly inside the shape because I still want to keep the texture and also blend the colors. When smudging, I'm following the direction of the strokes. Let me smudge a little more here. And I think this is enough. Now that we have the pit, we can add the cast shadow that drops on the main shape. I'm going back to this layer and picking this color from the second row. In the brushes I will select Suede brush. Its opacity is around 60% and size is around 14 or 15. I will draw along the lower edge, not pressing too much on the pencil, so we get this texture. Here it may go a little up. Then I will lower the opacity to 50%, increase the size slightly, and paint more to make a softer transition between the colors. Now, after we added this shadow, I think I want to add some light spots on the pit. So I will go to this layer, create another one above, clip it, and pick pure white from the disk. I will pick soft brush from airbrushing. Make the size small and paint two light spots. One will be here and another one here. I will apply Gaussian blur on this layer at around 11 or 11.5%. Also, we can highlight and darken this edge to make it look more natural. So what I'm gonna do is create one more layer, also clip it, and with the same white color, using soft brush, I will draw an arc close to the edge. Then I will apply Gaussian blur on it. At around 7%. We can move it. Then I'll grab a razor, set to soft brush, and erase it inside. To adjust its shape. We can merge these two layers. I'll create another one, clip it, and this time I will select the darkest color from here. I'll use soft brush with the size set to 4% and paint on the edge. To darken it more. Then I'll just go and change this layers mode to overlay, so it's not too dark. Also adjust opacity. I think 60% is fine. Now the pit is totally ready. We have only this dark part left to be shaded. I will now merge all the layers for the pit and also for this light part. Go here and create a new layer above. Clip it and select this brown. In the brushes I will select fine sandy texture. The size is set to 10% and I'll just go along the edge, pressing on the pencil. Then I'll change the color to the next one on the right and draw more. Then I will switch to the next color and apply it on the shape. Also applying pressure. I will skip this light blue and grab green. Add this color too. And I will be using this light blue to add reflected light on the lower edge. So let me create a new layer, clip it, and change the brush to suede brush. I'll set the opacity to 70%. And the size is at 16%. Going along the edge. And here I will draw more. If you feel that you painted too much, you can try to lower the opacity. Here 90% works. Let me try to select this color. Create one more layer that I will place between the reflected light and the shading. I'll set it to multiply. And with the same suede brush, lower the opacity to 50%. The size can be 19 or 20. I'll darken this area. And also here. Now the avocado drawing is ready. Let's merge all the layers. And now I will show you how to turn it into a seamless pattern quickly. First, let's click on the arrow. Make sure that snapping is enabled in the settings and place the image in the center of the canvas. After that, I will duplicate it and keep one of the layers for later. I will create a layer below the top layer and fill it with any color. Let it be this orange. Now I will select these two layers and group them. I will duplicate this group 3 times. Then I will keep one of the groups, go to transformation and drag it in the corner. It will be snapped to the center. Then I will take the second group and drag it down this way. It will be also snapped. Moving the remaining 2 groups. Now I will remove this orange layer from the groups. We needed it only to get the rectangular selection. Then I will bring back this central avocado and merge all the layers. Then I will duplicate it 3 more times. And this time I will click on the arrow, then scale it to 50% and it will be snapped to the center again. I am using exactly the same technique as we used in the bird pattern tutorial, but after the 5x update, snapping became much easier. We don't have to zoom in all the way to match the groups. Even if we zoom, we won't see any seams. Now we can merge these layers as well. I'll create another one, place it below the avocados, then pick pure white color from the disc and polka dots brush from the set. I will set it to maximum size and opacity and draw all over the canvas to add some cuteness to the pattern. You can try some other textures or patterns. And once we applied this pattern, our drawing is complete. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this one. You can also check out my Patreon page via the link below. Thank you for watching, and see you soon!